Good morning. These are your BYU-Idaho radio morning headlines for Monday, May 5th, 2025. Thanks for listening. I'm Jill Clary. Blackfoot Animal Shelter and Rescue held an open house Thursday afternoon, allowing community members to tour its new building at 2397 Teeples Drive. The facility has expanded capacity to shelter dogs and cats while they wait for their new owners. According to East Idaho News, the new building is nearly double the size of the old one, allowing the animals to have larger kennels and the public to have a lobby to weigh in and interact with the animals. Executive Director Amanda Severing estimates that the old shelter was taking care of around 50 animals at any given time, even though its capacity was only 35. The shelter would even take animals from out of state that weren't doing well at their current shelters. According to Severing, the shelter would have to get creative, for example, by setting up kennels in the hallways. Severing said, quote, "We always make do. I would not turn any animal away because of where they'd end up if they didn't come to us," unquote. With nearly double the room, the new shelter has a little over 50 dog kennels and a separate room that can house around 20 to 25 cats. The room holding the dog kennels has a higher ceiling than the old facility, and they have an additional quarantine room for cats. Severing said that the main reason people surrender their animals to her shelter is because of behavior issues that could be fixed through proper training. Severing and two others at the shelter are certified dog trainers and animal behaviorists. They are willing to provide guidance to people who are struggling with their animals. While they don't have an official dog training class, Severing hopes to put one in place sometime in the future. There are some big changes coming to I-15, especially near the Blackfoot corridor. The Idaho Transportation Department wants your input on a plan to redesign a heavily used section of the interstate. ITD held two open houses on Wednesday and Thursday, allowing members of the public to make comments on its plans to expand traffic capacity between Fort Hall and Blackfoot. Don't worry if you weren't able to make it to the open house meetings. Those who weren't able to attend either of the meetings will be able to view the plans and make comments online until May 15th. According to EastIdahoNews.com, the plans would make significant changes to the interstate corridor, widening it to 3 lanes of traffic and rework both interchanges to the north and south of Blackfoot. While there are still decisions to be made on these parts of the project, ITD has already decided on a final design for widening the interstate between Fort Hall and Blackfoot. The parts of the project the public can comment on are split into 3 areas of focus: replacing the South Blackfoot interchange, widening the interstate between exit 89 to exit 93, and replacing the US 26 Blackfoot interchange. For more information, head over to Idaho Transportation Department's website at itd.idaho.gov. Relief Society General President Camille N. Johnson of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints spoke at a worldwide devotional for young adults in the historic Tabernacle in Salt Lake City on Sunday, May 4th, 2025, calling on young adults to be righteous stewards over God's creations on this earth. President Johnson talked to young adults, single and married, about the many challenges they face today. President Johnson counseled the audience to become advocates of truth rather than just consumers of information. The global leader of the church's women's organization said that young adults, quote, can answer negativity by flooding the world with the light and good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ, unquote. To listen to the devotional, go to broadcasts.churchofjesuschrist.org. These have been your BYU-Idaho radio morning headlines for May 5th, 2025. Thanks for tuning in. More news, interviews, and great content are available on our podcast feed. Search for BYU-Idaho radio on your favorite podcast apps. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and more. You can also ask your smart speakers to play KBYI 94.3 FM. Have a great day. This is BYU-Idaho radio, and I'm Jill Clary.